Hello. Okay, I've never done this before, so bear with me here. I have all my devices going on here so I could look at comments. I'm gonna shut this off here. Okay. Hi, Rachel. How do I see all the comments? Oh, here we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'll give it a few minutes. I know it said like 1,000 people were coming. I really hope 1,000 people don't come because I'm super nervous right now. I've never done this before, like this many people. So, yeah, bear with me. And whatever questions you have, just let me know. You're so welcome, Crystal. I hope somebody can get something out of this. I've been doing pop-ups since the beginning of this year, so I definitely have learned some things along the way. So I'll share it with you guys, and whatever questions you have, you could share. How do I keep the comments like all the time from showing here? Okay. Let's see if I could see comments on this screen. No. Okay. So just a little bit about myself. While people are hopping on. My name is Nicole. I'm the owner of Pixie Dust Confectionery. I work out of my garage. I'll do a quick turnaround and show everybody here. How do I flip this? Let's see. Flip. I don't know if I can. All right, well, I'll show you. So this is my bakery. This is my little baking area here. Where all my cookie cutters are, storage. This is where I do all my paperwork. More cookie cutters over here. So this is just where I do all my baking. It was a garage, and my dad had turned it into a cookie room for me because I needed the room. So I have my home processor's license, and I do everything from home. And it's great. It works great. I have 2 little boys, and I'm able to be home with them while I do this full time. So it's really been great. It's an awesome space for me to just come in. I can shut my door sometimes if I really need to block myself away from everybody. But it's a great little space to have. I'm very fortunate to have that. So pretty much what I'm going to go, thank you so much, Maria. What I'm going to go over today is pretty much how I plan for a pop-up. I've been pretty successful with them, knock on wood, and I'm extremely organized, and I really think that that's why I've been successful with them. I do a lot of planning, like paperwork planning before I do my pop-ups. I need to have everything on paper. I need to see it all. I need to have checklists. That's just how I am. That's how I stay organized, because if I don't, and I just get crazy and then I can't function. So, that's how I do everything. So if anybody has a question, just write replay. I think that's what I'm supposed to say. I'm going to try to answer them. The comments keep disappearing on my iPad. I'm located in New York, Janine. Yeah. And let's see if anybody has any questions. How to get my hair like that. This is like 4-day-old hair. Put it in a bun and sleep in it. That's how I get this hair. Yeah, I'm in New York. My makeup, can I do a live? My next live, I'll do a hair and makeup tutorial. I actually used to do makeup before cookies, so fun fact. So pretty much what I do for my pop-ups, I always plan my 3 pop-ups in a row. So my next 3 months. I don't do pop-ups every single month. It's a lot of work. I do take a lot of custom orders. So when I'm doing pop-ups, I keep my customs light that month. This month was just completely insane. I was supposed to have a pop-up on September 5th because this pop-up is really focusing on back to school. So I was going to do it September 5th because my school and a lot of surrounding schools go back September 9th, but I got bombarded with people saying, oh my God, well, my school goes back September 1st. So what am I going to do? I need cookies. So I moved it up a week and I had custom orders. So I've been working nonstop around the clock, getting all my custom orders done so I could focus this week just on pop-up. So today I started preparing for my pop-up. So I block out the dates that I want. So like just as an example here, this was my March. I blocked out pop-up. I had nothing for that week after. I completely blocked it out. I did once, my first pop-up, I had customs and it was a complete nightmare. I was so stressed out. So I decided to just not take anything. So that's the first thing I do. Then after that, I create an event on my Facebook. On there, I'll put all the details. The time, I always start my pop-ups at 11 o'clock and I don't have an end time because my first pop-up I did 11 to 2. I sold out in about 35 minutes and I was like, oh, well, now what? I mean, I was updating people on my Facebook, but people were showing up at like 12:30 and I'm like, I have nothing left and I made so much. So I don't do an end time anymore. I write 11 o'clock until sellout. I'm constantly updating my Facebook, taking pictures of what I have left. And if I only have a little bit of product left, I will shut it down completely and then sell the rest online because I really don't want to sit out there all day if I have just a couple of cookies left. So I write in the event, the date, the time, the address, sometimes the address. If not, I'll have them contact me to get my address. And kind of like a brief description of what it's going to be. So my first pop-up, I focused on Valentine's Day. My second pop-up, I focused on a lot of Easter and St. Patrick's Day. And my third pop-up, I focused on a lot of Father's Day and end of the school year. And now this one is really going to be back to school. So I do that. I always get feelers from my customers on what they're looking for. So before I start planning out exactly what I'm going to do, I'll put out a post and say, hey, what is everybody looking for in this pop-up? What's in right now? What are your kids loving? What sports are starting? Because I don't really know. I mean, my boys are little. I know some things, but I don't know what the older kids like, the little ones. I don't have babies anymore. Cocoa melon's a big thing. That was just a nightmare to do, but I did some cocoa melon last pop-up. So that was good. Let me just see if there's any questions here. My cutter wall. Are you the one that did that? No, there's actually two Pixie Dust. I'm Pixie Dust Confectionery, and then Rochelle is Pixie Dust Cookies, and she's in Florida. So yeah, we have similar. So let's see, what other question? I'm trying to keep up. I'm so happy that you're excited to do this. Okay. So the polls customers for what they want. Hey, what is everyone looking for in the pop-up? Okay. All right. So I get feelers out of what everybody is looking for. And I kind of write myself notes and I write a list of what everybody likes and what everybody wants. And I'll write little lines next to each one to see how many people voted on that. And then whatever the majority is, I make sure that that's always at my pop-up. So that's first. So I have that set. I have an idea of what I want to do. And then for the whole next month, what I'll do is just when I'm on Facebook or Instagram and I see inspiration, I'll take a screenshot, put it in a folder, just note it for myself so I could, do it when it comes around. So I do that. I feel like also the reason why I am successful with it, I am a very quick decorator. When it's pop-up week, I have to give props to my husband because he knows it's pop-up week. He takes care of the kids. Like obviously I take care of my kids, but he really kind of takes over that whole role. So I could really focus on working a lot. I'm not going to lie. It's not easy. I work a week nonstop. I don't work on the pop-up for longer than a week because I'm always doing custom orders. So I will prep everything that I need to do on Sunday. write out my list, write out if I have any workers working with me, who's coming, what they're doing on each day, and then I'll execute it during the week. But he really takes over, so he really helps. I pull all-nighters sometimes. I work until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, but for me, it's a week and I'm making a lot of money, so I don't care what I'm doing. It's okay if I don't sleep for a week. I'll be okay. So that's how I kind of look at it. So, you know, I'm not about to come on here and say it's so easy to sell $3,000 worth of product, because it's not easy. I work hard. It's really, you guys all know this is not an easy job. It's long hours. But I do try to keep my designs very simple for the most part. I've learned that a lot of people like simple. My biggest sellers are my minis, and I'll show you guys pictures in a little bit of exactly what I do that's been very successful. There are things that I've taken away from each pop-up that I see that people love. I do dunker cookies. They're the easiest things ever. You don't decorate them. If you don't know what it is, it's literally... Here, let me see if I could pull it up here while I'm talking. It's literally just a naked cookie, and it's right here. I did these for Halloween. So I still don't know how to flip the screen. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know. Okay. So it's those. And they're naked cookies, and they come with a little cup of buttercream. People love them. I do them for every holiday. They're minis. I sell 8 of them with a cup of buttercream for $10. I can't make enough of them. They sell out within minutes. People look for them when they come. I don't know what it is about them, but I do them in all different flavors. For my pop-ups, I'll do chocolate, I'll do funfetti, I'll do vanilla, and sometimes I'll do chocolate chip, depending on what kind of dough I have left. But people love those. So those are like a really big seller. Plain mini cookies are a big seller also. Like for Easter, I did the Peeps in all pastel colors. I did a 5-pack. I put it in a 3-inch sleeve. I tied it with a bow. They were gone. Valentine's Day, I did mini hearts, stupid little conversation hearts. I made like 800 of them. People grab them so fast. So things like that, I always try to think about simple. I will have 2 or 3 designs that are a little more detailed, but I won't do so many of them. I'll only do like 10 or a dozen of them because I'm going to price them higher. I know they're not going to go as fast, so I don't want to spend all this time making them. So that's what I do as far as design, but I'll go more into that. Where do you order your cups for your dunkers? I have something called Restaurant Depot here that sells the little 2-ounce cups, but Amazon has them also. They're 2 ounces and 3 ounces. I like the smaller cups for it. And how I pack my dunkers, I put them, all 8 cookies, in a 5-inch bag. I heat seal that bag, and then I drop it in one of these. Hold on. I think I have the bag. Let me show you. I put in, let's look here. Yeah, here. I put them in these little bags. And then I always have a little tag that I attach to the top of it to make it look cute. So that's how I package those. And these are so cheap. You can get these on Amazon too. So it's not much money that you're spending for that. Let's see. Dunker cookie, same recipe as your normal flood cookie or different? I know you said leftover. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same recipe. It's just like, thank you, Corey. It's the same recipe. It's just whatever dough I have left. Like if I have funfetti left, I'll roll it and make a couple dunkers. So that's what I do for that. Let's look through any other questions. Are the cookie designs for the dunkers a press? Yeah, they're called punch out cookie cutters or something like that. You can get them anywhere. I'll show you the ones that I have. They're really cool. I love them. I have them for every single... Sorry, this is going to be loud. Okay. All right, so these are the ones that I have. So I have like a cute little fruit set. I never even used that. Those are really adorable for summer. I have Christmas, all different designs for Christmas. this little snowman, and they have like the little plunger. So you don't have to do the imprint. I just think the imprint is really cool for the dunkers because you're not decorating them. Or you could just do the shape. I have, pumpkins. I have so many different ones. Valentine's Day, a little strawberry I did. There's so many. Just search French cookies and Sugar Dot Cookies. She's awesome. She has so many. Dottie has such a great arrangement of different ones. So you can go onto her Sugar Dot Cookies, and she will definitely have a lot for you. Let's see, what other questions? Do you suggest focusing on the time of month? Let's say Halloween, for instance, would be good. So, like, I have a Halloween pop-up coming next month. I'm not doing it the weekend of Halloween because people have parties, people have things to do, and I know that cookies aren't going to be their priority. So I'm actually doing my pop-up this year, my Halloween pop-up, I'm doing on the 17th rather than doing it like that weekend of Halloween. And also I'll have teacher options. So I know a lot of people want stuff for the teachers. So I want them to have time to give stuff to their teachers also. So I try to think of that. My December pop-up, I haven't set the date yet, but I'm probably going to be doing the same thing. Not right before Christmas. I'll probably do it, more toward like mid-December. So, okay. So I plan my designs out. My customer base is very into Disney, probably because I'm so into Disney, so they just gravitate toward me. But Disney always sells out, so I'll just do like Mickey silhouettes. They'll go instantly. So that just for me works. I try to do a little bit of everything, mostly focusing on what special is coming up. So like back to school. I'll show you what I'm doing this time, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 school options this year for decorated cookies. I'm offering a giant chocolate chip cookie that serves about 8 to 10 with a few mini decorated cookies on them. I'm only doing like 10 of them though, because I don't want to be stuck with those left over, and they're $30, so I don't want to do too many of them. I'm doing a few fall because I love fall and I have to start getting my pumpkin stuff in. And a lot of people suggested it. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fall options. Labor Day is coming up, so I'm doing 3 options for Labor Day. And then I have a section that I call randoms, and that's like sports, Disney, Schitt's Creek, people love. I'm doing Schitt's Creek. I'm doing little s'mores with faces on them because I put faces on everything. A lot of people were saying, I want like dog mom cookies. So I'm doing dog mom, cat mom. Paint your owns are huge. Paint your owns, you can price them higher, and they're so easy to do. And those sell super fast also. So I always do an Excel sheet to keep myself organized, and I'll show you how I do that. Let's see, any other questions? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up here. What's a good theme for mid-September? Mid-September, I would focus on fall. Football, I guess, right? Does football start? I think so. Maybe do some of that. Yes, I'm on Long Island. You can't tell by my accent. Let's see what else. They're on sale now. Yeah, they're on sale, and she's awesome. Let's see. Okay, so what I do is I do an Excel spreadsheet. So here I do my column. So this is what I'm offering. I do in this column. This column, I write how everything is being packaged. So if I'm heat sealing it, I don't know if this is like backwards on your end. I have no idea. But this is how I'm packaging it, what tag I'm using. I'll like note if it's on Etsy or where I'm getting it from. This column is how many I'm doing. This column is how much each product is going to cost. And then this is what my total would be if I sold everything, because I like to see that total. And then I hold on to this, and at the end of my pop-up, I do like an inventory, and I see what I sold, what was left, and everything like that. So I do that like a week before. And what I'll also do is I'll print all my tags. and I'll get those all cut and ready to go. I did not cut them this time, but I'll get them all ready to go so I don't have to worry about printing and cutting tags to attach to cookies. So I do that ahead of time. As far as because in the beginning I really had a hard time figuring out how much of everything to make. I didn't really know how to like gauge that because I didn't have a pop-up before, so I had no idea if anybody would even show up. But I see what sells. You really won't know until you have one. So I would always start off on the lower side. You'd rather sell out than have leftover. And if I do have leftover, I always just hop on my Facebook page and it's sold, pretty fast because there are people who can't make the pop-up. So I always go higher on the items that I know that will sell. So like I'm doing fall leaves. I know those aren't going to sell as much, so I'm only doing 15 of those. I know that Starbucks is really popular, so I'm doing just like a little coffee bean and saying like, pumpkin spice season. So I know a lot of people will want to do that and get that. I'm not going crazy with Labor Day because I don't think that would be a big seller. So that's kind of how the Dunkers, I always do so many. I do like 30 packs of those. And then I always do drop cookies. I always do chocolate chip, always. And I package those in little cups. I'll grab those. I'm getting caught in my chair. I'll show you what those look like. Cups. So I package them in these kind of cups. And I do 6 in a cup and I sell them for $10 and I wrap them up in like a pretty bag. And those always go fast. I'm also doing Reese's peanut butter chocolate chip cookies this year also. My previous pop-ups, I did cupcakes and I did peanut clusters, and I always found that those didn't sell as much. And I was always left with cupcakes. They were kind of hard to get rid of and they don't last that long. So I didn't even decide to do cupcakes this time because I don't even want to be bothered. I'm just sticking to what I know sells. So let's look at questions. Hold on one second. So I have my pop-ups at my house. I'm able to do that. So I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. So I set up, I don't know if you can see, I set up a tent in front of my house. And I have 3 tables. So I have a table here with my sign, a table here, and then a checkout table here. And that's where I set everything up. And I'll show you how else I set everything up. Let me see. It just works easier like that. Let's see. I have another setup picture. And then I just I line my cookies all up on the table, just like that. My paint your owns, I always put on this rack here. I have a little tag that says paint your own cookies, $6. So that's what I do for that. Let's see, any other questions? Where do you typically, okay, we did that. I did the chocolate chip cookies and the Easter cups. They were great. Yeah, they're drop cookies. People love the size of my drop cookies. They're like regular chocolate. I have like a small scoop. They're like this big. I'm so professional. Yeah, they're not gigantic cookies. I don't do the stuffed cookies. I don't like doing any of that. But I do have a good a chocolate chip cookie recipe, so I always do that. Do you advertise with road signs? No, I don't. I'll go over how I advertise. I don't advertise anywhere else except my Facebook and my Instagram page. Yes, the mini and ice cookies. They come with buttercream. Where do you get your customer base? Are you on a busy block? I'm not on a busy block. My paint your own rack I got from Amazon. I'll see if I can find the link and then link it. Okay, so how I advertise. When I post the event, I share it for like the first week when I post it. And I always say I highlight like what I'm going to be doing. Obviously, I don't have any cookies made yet, so I'm not showing any of that, but I do post it on my social media. I have a really large following. So this may be different for everybody. It depends on how your following is. but I have a pretty loyal following and a large following. I think I have like, and it's mostly on Facebook. I have like 4,000 people on Facebook that I reach to, and it's good. So I'm thankful for that. But that's where I really reach everybody. Instagram, this past year, it started picking up more, but mostly through Facebook. So I'm so annoying with these pop-ups, and I feel like you need to be, because if you're not, people forget. So I'll always like link the event on my page and be like, I'm going to be doing, this cute pencil, and maybe take a picture of the cookie cutter. Get people like a little intrigued. It's not really until the week of my pop-up that I really start seeing my event like attendings go up, because that's when I start posting pictures of what I'm doing. All week I am posting everything I do. It doesn't even like matter what it is. I'm just posting a picture of what it is, as long as it's going to be at my pop-up. Getting people excited. And also with pop-ups, it's hard for them to click attend when it's a month before, because a lot of people don't know what they're doing. This week, they know what they're doing. They see, oh, she's going to have that cute apple with a worm in it, I'm free this weekend, I'm going to go. So I feel like the week before is so important to really highlight what you're doing, even if it's something so small. So all week I do that. All week long, multiple times a day. I don't even care if you're only supposed to post, once or twice a day. I'm literally just annoying on my Facebook. So how I prepare is I'll have that paper with everything here. I write my list. It's so like old fashioned, but like I like writing things down. So on Monday, like this is everything that needs to be baked. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just started having like not really full employees, but people to really help me. So this week I had somebody come today and bake for me. I have somebody coming tomorrow. I have somebody coming Wednesday. I have somebody coming Thursday. It took me a long time to hire somebody because I don't trust anybody. I have like major control issues with that. I feel like my name is on the product. I want it to be 100%. I've gotten better with that. I found a solid, 2-3 girls that I trust, that know my recipe, that know how to bake it. Nobody does the decorating besides me. I do all the decorating, but the baking and the packaging, I always have help with. Always. And then the day of my pop-up, I have somebody checking out. I help check out, and I have somebody filling in things that are empty. So if things run out, she goes in my bakery and she fills it back up, or if people have questions, she's out there helping, answering all the questions. So it's 3 of us most of the time out there doing it. I know you have to pay them, obviously. I pay my I pay the people that help me. Obviously, pay them during the week. The day of the pop-up, I'm like, just take whatever cookies you want. I just give them cookies for free because they're only here for 2-3 hours. But so that's pretty much what I do with that. I have a lot of help as far as the baking is concerned. And then all night, I will just sit and just decorate. I have a dehydrator, which speeds up the process tremendously. If you don't have one and you're looking to decorate quicker, I highly suggest getting one. I'll show you the one that I have. It's Lem, I believe it's called. I'm not sure. But it's this one here, and it's this brand, LEM. And it's 5 trays. I could fit about, I would say, 24, probably about 60 cookies on it. And I got this dehydrator like 2 months ago, and it's changed my life. I don't really know if it's changed my life for the better or for the worse, because it's taken my procrastination to like next level. I wait until like the night before to decorate 6 dozen detailed cookies now. It's ridiculous, but it is such a time saver when you're working really fast. So that definitely check out if you don't have one already. Let me check for questions. How much investor do you need for your first? My first pop-up, I spent a lot of money in supplies. I probably spent about $1,000, only because I'm crazy and because I have to have like ridiculous things. My husband wanted to kill me. He's like, you're not even going to make money on it. I'm like, just relax. I had to get the racks. I had to get stuff to decorate the table. The holiday, I had to buy the little things. Everything went in boxes. I don't do that now. I'm a little more smarter. So I give myself a budget of $500, sometimes $400 on supplies. Everything other than that is profit. With that $400, I pay for my baking supplies, any packaging, and if I go over, that's it. I'm done. I will figure out what I have in my bakery to use because I have a ton of stuff that I really don't even need to buy anything else. So that's that. I only allow myself a little bit of money. Well, 400 of that. How do I not have carpal tunnel during the busy season of my hands? Yeah, I haven't really had that problem yet. But I was just talking to my husband about carpal tunnel. I'm like, I have a feeling it's gonna happen soon. How big of a following do you have, and how big of a city do you live in? Do you live in the city? I don't live in the city. I live in Long Island. It is a very busy area. I have a lot of local customers, so and my following is pretty big. Definitely, it's good. How far in advance do you bake the cookies? So my previous pop-ups, I baked everything in one day, like 800 cookies, and I got completely overwhelmed to the point of crying because all of my cookie racks were filled. Now I don't do that. I bake in sections. So today, my helper came. She baked 250 cookies for me. I will probably finish those 250 tonight. I probably will be up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow, when my worker comes, she's doing all my minis. It's about 300 minis. So she'll do that tomorrow. I don't like cookies staying on the tray. I am like crazy with freezing and everything being fresh. So like if I finish these cookies tonight, and tomorrow they get packaged up, I'll probably throw them in my freezer just because I want them to be really fresh. Anything past Wednesday, I will just keep in the bag heat sealed. So I only bake a week in advance. I don't bake any sooner, earlier than that. So that's that. How long were you in business before you did your first pop-up? Yeah, I was in business for a while. I was in business for about 5 years before I started my first pop-up. But my pre-sales have always been successful since day one. I think that the reason why I'm successful is I'm very engaging with I engage with my customers a lot. And it sounds so stupid, but even like I engage on a personal level. And I feel like when you're talking to your customers, they want to know that they're talking to like a human being, not just like a cookie machine. Like I'm a person. I'm a mom of 2 boys that beat the crap out of each other, and I want to pull my hair out half the time. I'm a wife that's trying to maintain a home, and I'm just like everybody else. I'm not just like a person who sits in her bakery and bakes all day long. I, go to Target and I get stressed out and I eat a candy bar in my car and I cry because I'm so stressed out. People want that to relate with that, and I'm very open on my Facebook page to my customers. Not personally, like I don't tell them what's going on in my life, but I'm a little more personal than a lot of other people a lot of bakers that I've seen. Like for instance, my friend, she's a wonderful baker. She's talented. She's great, but she only posts to her social media once a week. She wants to know why she's not selling out of things. And I'm like, because you're not out there. You're not showing yourself. People aren't seeing your stuff. Like, I just bought a brand new Jeep, and like I post my Jeep on there. Like I just made it all pink like a Barbie truck, and I'm like posting pictures of like the inside of my car. I don't care if it has nothing to do with Disney. Not Disney. I post a lot of Disney too because I'm always there. I don't care if it doesn't have anything to do with cookies. You connect with that one person who drives a Jeep, and she came to pick up cookies from my house the other day. So I feel like because I'm very personable with my customers, that's why I've gained a lot, and that's why I've kept a lot. My customers who have been with me from the beginning, they stuck with me from the beginning. So I really think that plays a big part into building your customer base. I know it sounds silly, but that's how I feel, and it's been working for me. So you did buy a Jeep, Courtney. I love it. I just got it. It's white. Everything's pink. We're like soul sisters. I love Target, and I cry when I get stressed out. I know, it's so bad. I'm at Target like every other Target, Hobby Lobby, Home Goods, and Marshalls. They like know me by first name. Let's see what other questions I have here. Building relationships is the key. It's really true. I really feel that. How much product do you make per pop-up, and what is considered a successful pop-up money-wise? I think what's considered a successful pop-up is really, that's really, up to the individual. For me, successful is a $3,000 pop-up. It's just in my head that's what I want to make. I don't have a reason why. It's just that's what I want to make. I feel like that's successful for me. The reason why I started doing these pop-ups was because I want to pull back on custom orders, because custom orders take a lot of time. Pop-ups give me the creativity that I don't usually, I have creativity with customs, but I could do whatever I want. And if I don't get to it all, that's okay. I just don't sell it. It takes a lot of pressure off you because you're putting out what you can. If I decide at the end of the week, wow, I'm really good on time, that never happens, by the way. But, and I want to bake another, 2 dozen cookies to sell, I can do it. So that's why I like doing that. That's why pop-ups have really been great. As far as how much I put out, again, I gauge it from my first and second and third pop-up. What I see sell, what I see doesn't sell. I made peanut clusters the first pop-up. I had probably all the peanut clusters left. I had to sell them over my Facebook. I didn't sell them in person. So that's just what I feel. I never do over 25 items of anything because that's just too much for me. I feel like it eventually will die down. The pop-ups usually for the first half hour are crazy. There's like a line down my block, and then after about a half hour, 45 minutes, things start dying down, and then you get like randoms coming in. But the people who know the deal and know that all the good stuff is gone early, they literally will camp at my house at 10 o'clock, 9:45 in the morning. They're outside and they're trying to sneak in to try to get things early. And I'm like, no, that's not fair. You have to wait until 11 o'clock until I open. So yeah, that's what I do. Let me see more questions. What day of the week do you do your pop-up? I always do my pop-up on a Sunday, just because a lot of people work on Saturdays. And I always do it earlier in the day. I have to say, I did one in June, and it was out of all of them, it was my in-person least successful because everybody was still in sports. They had soccer games on Sundays. Not as many people came. I wound up selling out, but I had to sell not everything. I had to sell a lot over my Facebook, and then everybody just came to pick it up because they couldn't make it. So I was supposed to do one in July. I never did one because people are on vacation. So I just ran a really big special to kind of make up for that money that I wanted to make. Do you do a flash sale for anything left? I'll just post what I have left, and I'll have people comment, and then I'll just set it aside for them. If you had a small following, what would you do to get the word out aside from Facebook? You can go to any local businesses and see if you're allowed to leave some type of flyer. I would probably do something like that. Any daycares, or I don't know. I don't think you could do it for schools. But I would probably go to local businesses and build relationships with them and see if they could advertise for you. Maybe on there, if you don't have a big following on on your Instagram or your Facebook, maybe they do. And if you build a relationship with them, maybe they can get that word out for you. So that's probably something that I would do. What do you do with the leftovers? I don't know how much products to have ready. Leftovers I post on my Facebook. They're usually sold that day. I haven't ever had anything where I couldn't get rid of it yet. So, that's pretty much for that. What size are your minis? They're about 2 inches, my minis are. I don't do the micro minis. I do regular size minis. Do you do pre-sales for holidays or just pop-ups? I always do a pre-sale also. So back to school, yeah. Talk about pulling your hair out. I ran a pre-sale for back to school cookies. I posted last night, so some of you probably saw it. I offered a backpack and a back to school plaque. I had them being picked up this Sunday, the day of my pop-up. But at that time, it wasn't supposed to be my pop-up. It was 300 cookies I had to do. So now I have 300 pre-sales to be picked up on the same day as my pop-up. And I had customs last week. So I had to make all of my pre-sale cookies last week on top of my custom orders. It was hell. It was so bad. I was so stressed out, but I got it done. They're all downstairs in the freezer, ready to be, packaged up for next week. So that pickup is going to be the same day as that pop-up. I will run a Halloween pre-sale. I'll do it probably toward the beginning of the month. And I will do a Christmas pre-sale, and I probably will do it closer to Christmas. I completely blocked out my schedule for the rest of the year. I am no longer taking any custom orders. I have a handful already each month, but I'm not taking any more because I really want to focus on pre-sales and pop-ups. So I don't want to be bothered with any of that. So that's what I do for that. I enjoy doing pre-sales and stuff. I want to eventually get rid of doing custom orders altogether and just do pop-ups, but that's going to take some time because I have some pretty upset customers. Before you had helpers, were you able to do it all yourself on the same scale? We aren't allowed employees here. Yeah, I did do it on the same scale. I just never stopped working. I would just work all day, all night, in between homework, I did do it. I got it done. But I've had the last 3 pop-ups I did have helpers. Do you freeze your ice cookies? Yes, freeze my ice cookies all the time. They're great. I actually prefer them. I feel like it makes them even softer. Let's see what else. What are a few options of what you offer other than sugar decorated cookies? I offer the dunkers. I offer drop cookies. For the colder weather, I did hot chocolate bombs. I'll never do those again. I'm not a chocolate person, and those were a nightmare for me. But if you do offer them, those are huge. Those sold so fast. Previous years, previous pop-ups, I save all of my little sheets of everything that I sold so I could look back. So previous times, other than decorated sugar cookies, I did funfetti cupcakes with Lucky Charms on top for St. Patrick's Day. Peanut clusters. I did Easter bark, so the chocolate bark, and I put Easter M&Ms in it. That was pretty popular. And that's pretty much it. I won't go past that. I won't do anything else. I don't really offer anything else. So that's all. Oatmeal raisin cookies I did. So that's pretty much it. I won't offer anything other than that. I really want my main focus to be sugar cookies. Oh my gosh, I love your hair. Thank you so much. What's the best weekend to do a Halloween pop-up, the week before or 2 weeks? I'm doing it the weekend of the 16th, just in case people have parties to go to. I do it early in the day, even if they had a party. But yeah, this is so inspiring. Aw, thank you. Oh, hot chocolate bombs. Yeah, they're the worst. Do you offer caramel apples? No, I don't offer those. Nope. I love them, but I don't offer them. Plunger cutters for dunkers. They're on Sugar Dot's website if you want to go over to her. She's awesome. How do you do a Christmas pop-up? Do you live somewhere warm? So I'll let you know on that. Haven't done my January pop-up. It was pretty cold, actually. So yeah, I dressed warm, I guess. I had my jacket on. I was bundled up. People came. It was great. So yeah. So the week of, I start posting a lot. I start getting a lot of engagement. A lot of people message me for my address that week. Now with COVID, I don't, in the beginning I told people to wear a mask. Now with everything being lifted, it's a little iffy. I make sure I have one on. I have a little sign that says, please be sweet and stay back 6 feet on a little chalkboard. Let me see if I have a picture of that. But I do that just because, in the beginning I had to have all that. But let's see, what else? I want to show you guys some pictures of what I offer so you can see. I really wish I knew how to flip. Oh, here we go. Flip the screen. Okay. So if you can't see the pictures, let me know. But I always get balloons because I love balloons. So I put those cute little, pink is my color for everything. So pink is everywhere. So I put balloons out. On the table, I have this. So people can scan from my Venmo, PayPal, or my Zelle. It's really easy. You don't have to keep giving people your information. They just scan it. So balloons, always. I had cute Easter ones for Easter. That's just, I did a deconstructed burger for my summer one. That was a big seller, and you could charge a lot for that. This is buttercream, the mustard and ketchup. So that's my setup. I have the spandex tablecloths. If you don't have them, I highly recommend getting them. My first pop-up, I did not have them. It was so windy. The tent blew above my house. The tablecloths blew off the table. It was a nightmare. A customer had to catch my tent. But no cookies broke, so that was a good thing. That's just an example of how I set up my tables. I lay everything flat. I have little chalkboard signs that tell you how much everything is. Sometimes I'll put individual tags on each. So that's my little display for my paint your owns. My boxes. More. My single cookies, I just randomly spread them out so everybody can see them. I don't like stacking them in baskets and doing stuff like that because a lot of people miss them. I did that the first time and people are like, oh, I didn't see this all the way down there. So I literally just spread all the cookies out on the table and do that. More. Those are Father's Day burger baskets. These are, I did do-it-yourself kits. I thought these would be a really big seller. They really weren't. I don't know, maybe because it was the price. They were $25. I don't know, maybe it was out of some people's price range, but I didn't sell them that. I think I only sold 2, but I sold them all online after on my Facebook. So I think that's it for those. Let's go back. And let's see what I got here. Yep, so those are more burger baskets and the kit. I always leave a kit open so you can see what's inside. Those are my dunk cookies for anybody who missed them before. So these are called Dunkaboos. So cute, I cannot wait to make them again. That was just a dance set that I offered. Paint your owns. I do all different kinds. This year I'm doing Paw Patrol since the new movie just came out, just like a stencil of Paw Patrol and a crayon box. That's just an example of a sign that I use. I'm offering these this year also. The parents love these, write your own message. Those are s'mores cupcakes that I offered. They were melting. I offered them in the summer. It was a little bit of a disaster. Those are just some princess inspired dresses. And just Disney inspired cookies. Anybody who watches The Handmaid's Tale, if you know, you know. These were a really big hit. Lucky Charms cupcakes I did. So this is what I was talking about. These little silly cookies. People were like fighting on the table. Oh my God. People were like fighting over these. And I made a lot of them. They loved them. They were so easy to make. It was a simple flood with just a little cottontail. All different colors. They were great. People loved them. And I did the same thing with Valentine's Day. I thought that I had pictures of them, but I did little hearts for Valentine's Day and stuff like that. But people love those minis. I don't know why they love minis so much, but they do. Let me look for any more. My Instagram is pixie.dust.confectionery. Do you use a stencil for your paint your owns? I do. I use a stencil for my paint your owns, always. Let's see, what else? Yes, do-it-yourself kits are a big seller. I don't know why for my pop-up it really wasn't. It was so weird. I don't know. I make my buttercream myself. Yeah, always. And I make it ahead of time. So like all my buttercream is already made in my refrigerator, and all I have to do is defrost it to make my cups for my dunkers. Nicole's a total vibe. How much profit are you making versus time put in? Yeah, so about that. I'm not really like great at, I really need to take some lives that watched some lives previously about, profit and all that. I'm not good with that. I'd be lying if I could give you an exact dollar amount on what on my profit is. I know I have a certain amount of what I want to spend on supplies, and then the rest I can't pay myself an hourly fee, an hourly rate, because I'm working all the damn time. I go feed a kid lunch, I come back, I work. I can't really do that. It's so hard when you're a cookier. And whoever knows how to do it, please contact me, because I'd love to know, because I really don't know. When it comes to pop-up week, there's no rules. You just work. You want to make money, you just work, pretty much. So, I go to Dollar Tree. I shop for a lot. I'm offering a school supply set this year. So I went and I bought these boxes, and I'm putting all the school supplies in these boxes. Let's see what else I could walk around and show you. These cute little bags. They have ABC, school, back to school. I'm packaging my pre-sales in those. I am doing a really cute set that says, I'm very excited to be in your class this year, for the parents who want to suck up to the teachers. So I'm putting them in little berry baskets. So that's really cute. You put a little paper shred. Also, I buy all that in bulk. I buy my paper shred in bulk from Uline. I buy all my boxes from BRP. And Amazon, you can get a lot of stuff in bulk also. So, yeah, I have more berry baskets. I didn't really go that crazy with packaging. I'm doing a lot of tags on my cookies this year, so I can show you what tags I'm doing. So these pumpkin spice season, I'm adding those to a cute little pumpkin spice cookie that I'm doing. I'm attaching these to, I'm doing an apple with a worm. I can show you a picture of that. Well, you've seen it. It's probably out everywhere. Pumpkin season. What else here? These, Happy Labor Day. I'm going to put these on the burger baskets. Looking forward to a bright year. I'm putting these on my crayon minis. I thought that was so cute, with a cute little ribbon. This is the, I'm very excited to be in your class. So I'm doing strawberries and blueberries in a basket. Back to school is going on the school supply set. And then I'm doing lunchbox treats, minis, which are really cute. If you go to my Instagram, I posted a few pictures the other day of what I'm going to be offering. These are going on cute little, sleeves also. And I think that is it. Yeah. So I'm doing a lot of tags and focusing on bows. I took that bow class. So I'm going to do a lot of that this time. I wanted to really kind of come down on my spending. So let me look. More questions. Do you print everything? Yeah, I have that eco tank or something like that. The thing is amazing for everything. I print so much. I got it a year ago and I haven't even changed the ink cartridge yet. It's so awesome. Do you design your tags? No, I don't design my tags. Etsy. A few places that I love is Bedtime Bake Shop, VIP Cookie Collection. Susan is amazing. Miss Cookie Packaging has awesome stuff. And Bedtime Bake Shop, Cookie Principal Shop is awesome also. She's really good. What's in the school supply set? It's a ruler, scissors. Oh, I'll show you this also. Ruler, scissors. Let me see. I'll let you know when I get over there. Look, this is what I do also to prep. I have trays with all my cutters that I have to bake for the day. So this is what I need to bake tomorrow. Wednesday. This is what I need to bake tomorrow, and this is what I need to bake on Thursday. And I write a little sticky note of everything that needs to be baked. So my school supply set is a little planner, scissors, glue, a pencil sharpener, and then a plaque that says back to school. So that helps me stay organized too, having all my cutters all out like that. So that's, and all those cookie cutters are from the Sweet Design Shop. What else? Can you tell us to shop for the Dunkers? Sugar Dot is where I got the Dunkers. How do you keep the ink from smearing on the notepads that the parents can write on? I attach a little tab that says allow the ink to dry before, and then lightly dust with cornstarch, and then bag them. And then I give each person a self-seal bag that they can put it in their kid's lunchbox. The Eco Tank is really awesome. I highly suggest that. Where'd you get your paint your own rack? I got that on Amazon. What else? I love it. Do you make, I don't sell digital downloads or anything, but all those ladies that I said before are so great with cutters. How do I cut out your round tags? Good old scissors. I say every week I'm going to get a 2-inch circle hole punch. I never do it. And I don't ever think of it until I'm actually cutting it out. So, yeah. How do you stay so organized? I don't know. I'm just an organized person to begin with. Everything is written out. And I'm not going to lie, at the end of this week, I probably will be a hot mess. And things won't be as organized. It all looks good on Monday. And then at the end of the week, it's horrible. I'm like downing coffee at the day of my pop-up. But I actually have customers bringing me coffee because they see all the stuff I'm doing. But I just try to really stay on top of making lists. I'm such a big list maker. I have like a sense of accomplishment when I cross things off. So I just always have lists. So that's how I stay organized. What is a pre-sale? Pre-sale is when you offer a certain item or items available before they're ready. So say I'm offering Elf on the Shelf. I would post it now and sell them and then let them know when it's ready to be picked up. Yeah, so can we do a tour of your cookie room? I actually have a cookie room tour. If you go on my Instagram under the HG whatever TV, HG something, videos, it's under there because I actually did a cookie room tour in another group, and it goes in like full depth of everything in all my drawers and everything like that. So you could definitely go check that out. Do your neighbors complain about the crowd? No, my neighbors get cookies free. My neighbors, I tell them when I'm having it, so they are the first ones there. And my neighbors across the street are 2 young girls, with their mom and dad, and they actually were here earlier helping me bag cookies. So I did move into the neighborhood like 2 years ago. I had to explain to them what I do, so they didn't think I had like some shady operation going. But for the most part, they're all really nice. A lot of my neighbors are my customers. My name on my Instagram is pixie.dust.confectionery. When advertising for a pre-sale, say for Halloween, when do you start posting advertisements? I'm really early. Elf on the Shelf is already out, bought, sold out, 150 sets done. I don't even have to worry about it. I do everything early. Halloween, I'll probably post in like 2 weeks once I know what I'm doing. The earlier the better. And then if you feel like you're not getting that many orders for it, I would just post again closer to the holiday when it's on people's minds. Sometimes it's not on people's minds. I came on here late. Sorry if this was asked already, but do you do vendor pop-ups? And if so, how does it differ from what you do at your house? I'm having my first vendor pop-up next month, and I'm super excited but very stressed. I've never done a vendor pop-up because when I decided that I wanted to do pop-ups, I just decided right away that I wanted to do it at my house. I don't really know how successful I would get a vendor pop-up. I don't really know. There's a lot of them that happen around me. I just never did it. I don't know. I feel like, and this is going to sound terrible, but like, why pay to work at a vendor place if I could do it at my house? Not everybody has the luxury to do it at their house. So that may be your only option, and that's fine, and that's great. If it ever came to me, an opportunity, I probably would take it. But I just never did because I never really had to. So that's that. How many ovens, racks, and baking sheets do you have? I have 6 baking sheets, and I have one double oven. So I only bake two at a time, alternate 2 at a time. That's it. Nothing fancy. I want to get an oven put in this room, but I have to do some, stuff in my basement. I think I saw a calendar under the cookie tray. Is that an overview of your week, month? A calendar under my cookie tray. This is just what I have to bake. This is my calendar for the month. I have like a little dry erase board just so I can see like my month in a glance. There's no details. I have my cookie planner for that, but that's just so like if my husband comes in and he's like, do you want to go to the movies this weekend? And I can quickly just glance over and be like, oh, I do cookie parties too. So I'm like, no, I can't, I have a cookie party this weekend. So that's why I do that. I just started doing that and it's really awesome. You don't have convection oven or a double oven. I just learned I could do 6 trays at once. Oh, wow. That's awesome if you could do 6 trays at once. No, I don't. I just use a regular oven at 350 and I bake 2 at a time. My cookie planner. Well, I have like 2. So this is my book. This is the Productive Cookie. This is by, I think the website is the Productive Cookie. It's really great. I mean, it gives you like little, so like an order prep list on the side here, and it's perforated so you could kind of fold it and rip it off. It gives you a lot of space to write. So I really like this one. This is my 2nd year I've had this book. So this is awesome. I highly recommend that book. And it's 24 months, so it lasts you, obviously, 2 years. This is my cookie planner sheet. This is only for customs. So what I do is I just write the customer's name, how much of a deposit they gave, how much they owe, and then what designs I'm doing, what colors I need to prep, and all that good stuff. These are awesome. This is by the Cookie Countess. I love this. I can't even live without this. And then what I'll do is to stay organized. I have, right now there's nothing on there because I have no customs this week, but, well, this is one that's already done. I'll put them all on this board. Like last week I had like 7 of these on the board, like major anxiety. So like, I just write the information there. So that's what I do for that. So those are awesome. And I mean, pretty much that's it. I mean, on the pop-ups, I don't know if anybody has any other cookie parties. Yeah, I started doing that right before COVID hit. I had a full schedule with parties. They all canceled. It was a nightmare. I just started back up again last month. It's not really like a cookie class where I'm teaching detailed. It's more of like a pampered chef party, I guess you can kind of say. It's like, girls get together, they drink wine and, have a good time with their friends. I teach them basic cookie decorating tips and stuff like that. And yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. Just walked in. You mentioned Elf on the Shelf made early. Also, I'm new to making cookies, so they're frozen. Do they taste the same? No, I didn't make the Elf on the Shelf cookies. I just sold them all. But cookies are great. I mean, I wouldn't do any more than 3 months. I haven't done any more than. What insurance? I have insurance through Flip, FLIP. It's $300 for the year, and it's really great. A lot of bakers and food handlers have that. I saw your Jeep about being a mall crawler. Hilarious, and I love that Jeep. Yeah, I just take my Jeep shopping. I'm not going off-roading. Things never going to be dirty. Yeah, so cookie parties, cookie planner, went over that. Cookie tag vendors, can you repeat it? Miss Cookie Packaging, Bedtime Bake Shop Printables, Cookie Shop Cookie Printables, Miss Cookie Packaging, VIP Cookie Collection also. She's awesome. What was that? Do I require a deposit? For pre-sales, I collect 100%. I don't do a deposit. My pre-sales are completely paid in full. I don't want to have to bother with collecting money during all that craziness. And yes, I'll post the names of the Etsy links. I know I went through them fast, but Yeah, my donut pillow. I love my donut pillow. It's like the cutest thing ever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Do people carry on cookies as they're shopping? Oh, I have little bags, that just white plain bags that I put my sticker on, and I hand them to everybody as they walk in, and then they go shopping. Special containers. What do you charge for cookie parties? I charge $50 per person, and I collect a 50%. My minimum is 6 girls, so I collect a 50% deposit on 6 girls. So it's always a $150 deposit, refundable up to a month before. After that, it's non-refundable because I'm turning away custom orders to book that party. So I wouldn't make it up. For money, during my pop-ups, I take cash, Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle. It's here. I have this out on the checkout table, so all they have to do is scan. Yes, Amy, I did speak about choosing the cookie designs by season. You could definitely watch the replay. Pop-up is at my house. Yes. Okay. How many cookies do you decorate at the parties? I decorate 5 cookies at the parties. And I go there with like little kits. So that's pretty much it. I mean, if anybody has any questions, if you don't ask them now, you could definitely private message me or ask on the replay. Just make sure you write replay so I know if I responded to you or not. And how do you advertise for your parties? Do you have an order form? No, I just do a party, put it on my page, and say if anybody's interested, you can contact me. They're not like huge. I still think people are like a little like iffy because of the virus going on. But I'm not pushing it too much because I don't know, they're like okay. I'm not like loving it, so I don't really push it too much. How did you get the cute animated photo on your Venmo paper? That's my logo. I just inserted the image into Microsoft Word. And I'm so glad, Amy, that you enjoyed it. Where do you do? I do parties at people's homes. And where do you get the payment scanning platform? I made it myself in Microsoft Word. I just copied and pasted the Venmo and PayPal QR codes, and I put it right onto there. It's super easy. When you ask your customers' interest, when you ask for your customers' interest for pop-ups, do you get random ones that do not have cutters? Yeah, I get a lot of random ones. Like one was like, can you do like a mom holding a glass of wine saying, woohoo, my kids are back in school? I'm like, I'll have to get back to you on that one. Like, no. Yeah, I get a lot of random ones. I'm so happy that you guys were able to get something out of this. Thank you for your info. Thank you so much, Becky. I appreciate it. So, great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Corey and Heather, for giving me the opportunity to do this. I love the group. I don't have a favorite twin, but I'm siding with the pumpkin spice one. Halloween, you saw my picture of me driving with my skeleton in the car. But, yeah, so great. I'm so happy I was able to do this. And if you have any questions, just feel free to contact me, and I will be happy to answer any questions if I didn't cover something today. I know it's a lot of information, and pop-ups are super overwhelming. I know they are. In the beginning, I didn't even know what to do with myself. But as you do a couple of them, you kind of, it comes naturally. You know what your customers want. You know what they're there for. So it gets easier each one that you do, and they're so fun. I love doing them. I can't wait to decorate until 3 o'clock in the morning tonight. So, she means me. That's not me, but let's pretend I'm the pumpkin spice win. Pumpkin spice wins. All right, everybody. Have a great week, and thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you in the group. Have a great night. Bye-bye.